Good morning, everyone, and welcome once again to Thinking Out Loud Thursdays with Sonia. That's me, over a cup of coffee, which is right here. So let's get started. There goes my first sip with all of you, since it's a coffee date. Yes. So if you've still not subscribed to my YouTube channel, a humble request, please do so and be part of this journey. I would love for all of you to walk with me in this journey of YouTube. So getting started with today's topic, emails. We've been receiving emails all our lives, right? When we start working or even before, like today, even when people are in their college and schools, they receive a lot of emails. They've already created a Gmail account or Yahoo account or Rediff mail account, and there are a lot of emails that keep popping up. But today, for the sake of today's topic, let's stick to professional emails that we exchange when we start working. And if you've just started your career or you're midway in your career, I'm sure there's a lot of learnings that you can take and improve on your email etiquettes. So today, whatever that I'm sharing with you are the things that I have done and I've learned from it. I've improved on things, or there are few things that I received some emails which I thought could have been improved by the sender and hence just sharing those insights with you. So first one, poor subject line. So when you're sending emails which have a subject line, say hello, important, or greetings, now this recipient is not very clear as to what is this whole email about. So if you're going to be sending an email, you make sure that your subject line has some relevant words, keywords used in that subject line, which actually makes the other person know what the email is about. So don't waste your time and the other person's time by just because you want the other person to open your email and you're sending a very catchy headline, and the person opens the mail and that mail is totally different from what the headline was, and it will not go very well with the person who's receiving and reading your email, right? The other one is lack of clarity. When your emails are not very clear as to what you want to communicate. So if I've received an email and I want more information from the recipient and from the sender, I then write a mail back saying, okay, let's meet next week. And I don't say anything, or let's talk soon enough. And I'm not communicating about what I want to talk about. The other person will think that, I've already clarified everything. What more does she want from the email? Or is there something not very clear? And if she wants to talk to me next week, which day, which time is convenient? Nothing is specified, and then goes back and forth of email exchanges, and which wastes a lot of time and it just clutters your inbox, right? So don't do that. If you want something, then ask very specifically. So for example, if you want to say that, okay, fine, I'm not very clear on the marketing strategy with respect to the digital, can we talk next week, say Thursday 4 o'clock? Is it convenient for you? Is it convenient for you? So what you're doing is you are giving a suggestion of a date and time to connect, but you're also checking whether the time is convenient with the other person. We can't take it for granted to say that today we are free and everybody is free. No, we can't do that in a professional setting. Be it professional or your personal, you cannot take it for granted that when you are free, other person is free too. So make it a point that you're giving enough clarity in your emails for the other person to understand what you're trying to convey, right? Now, I talk a lot, I write a lot. So overly lengthy emails, like really long emails, I still do that. I write, sometimes I write very long emails too, but when you have to write a very lengthy content in your email, make it a point that you give spaces between paragraphs, or instead of a paragraph, you use bullet points to explain what you want to convey, because that looks much more concise, that's much more compact, that gives a very direct insight into what you're wanting to convey, what is it that you want people to take away from your email as well. So don't use, firstly, avoid lengthy emails. If you have to use that lengthy mail, then make it a point you break it up into digestible content, that the other person never feels it like it's so heavy on the face and they're confused about what you're trying to convey. So break it up, use bullet points. That goes very well with the person who would be reading an email also, right? When you use poor grammar or there are spelling errors in your email, that is like totally unprofessional. So either use a spell check or use some grammar tools which are available, imbibe it in your like when you're writing emails, so that they get auto corrected and you don't land up into a very embarrassing situation that, oh, this person doesn't even know the spellings, the person doesn't even know the right English. So don't give that picture, because since you're working, you're representing an organization. How you send emails reflects on the organization as well. So let's start writing emails which are well checked and thoroughly screened through as well, right? Now, I've not done this mistake, but I've received a lot of emails where I feel the sender could have been a little more conscious about it. Because if you're sending emails where you're using a lot of fonts, meaning you're using Times New Roman, you're using some Arial font, and then you're using some calligraphic fonts also, and on top of it you're using different font sizes. Somewhere it is 12, somewhere it's 14, somewhere it's 16, and to make it even more better, you're using font colors. Now that's something like you've given everything to the mail, what was required, and the other person, when he starts reading it, his attention span is here, there, everywhere, because the person is the eye movement of the mail is not going in a very right manner. It's all over the place, and you don't want that. So stop using different font sizes and different font types also. And even if you want to use it, restricted to maybe sending some save the date invitations or any congratulatory message that you want to send, or some invitation that you want to send to people. But other than that, if you're sending emails on a daily basis as regular emails, don't do this. Don't use different types of fonts. Normally the common font which is used is Times New Roman or even Arial. But for me, I like Calibri font, and I use that pretty often when I'm writing emails, or even if it is like I'm sending any kind of content that I'm sending, I use Calibri as a main font. And somewhere if I want to even make any impact on any particular word, I'll max to max, what I'll do is I'll bold that letter or I'll underline it. I'll not keep changing the font sizes, and certainly not font colors. They just don't go well. Please don't do that. That's a big mistake that you'll do if you actually follow this kind of a practice, right? The next is, of course, proper salutations and closings. That's like telling somebody, hey, or hello, and you're not opening your mail properly. So either you can say, dear Mr. So-and-so, or if you're just writing a mail within the team and there are a lot of people marked on that mail, you can say hello everyone, or hey folks, in a very informal way if you want to do that. But don't get into like hey and hello, and then you're not even addressing the right person. So always start the email properly and end your email properly. So you cannot just end the email by saying bye and good day, or just leave it at that. Because that's like, after a good main course meal, somebody gets a very bad dessert. So if you've written a good email and you've ended it very abruptly, the person will feel there's something missing in this mail. So don't give that bad taste to anyone for that matter. And so I normally use best regards, which is very commonly that I use, but you can also use respectfully, cordially, or you could say many thanks or take care. So make sure that you're ending your email before you put your email signature. You're putting something which very goes well with the whole flow of or whole quality of your email that you've sent, right? Now, this happens with me all the time. Now it doesn't happen because I'm very careful, but it used to happen when you're saying that please find attached a document. Now you've forgotten to attach the document itself. or worst, you've attached a wrong document. So when you're sending emails and you're in a hurry, make sure after you've written the mail and you're about to click on the send button, you do a complete thorough check. It just takes a few seconds. Do that. Invest in that few seconds, because the other person will thank you for it. Because if the other person reads the whole mail and say, please find attached, what? The other person wasted my time. Where is the document? And then back and forth you are like going on the mail. And even if by chance, human error, we forget. And if you've forgotten to attach the document, immediately do the correction. Immediately reply saying, please ignore, apologies, ignore my mail. I forgot to attach the document. Consider this as the mail. So make that correction and make sure that you attach the right document, because I have this habit. If I'm sending, say, any document, any strategy or any presentation, I would have made like pretty rough drafts of it, right? And when I've made some rough drafts, the final draft will be, of course, saved as final file somewhere in a folder. But when I'm in a hurry, there are chances that I would have uploaded a rough draft. Again, that shows that you're a very casual person, you're not very serious of your job, and you don't think before sending, or you don't check your emails before hitting the send button. So do that, invest in that few seconds of checking what you're sending and is it the right document that you're sending, right? Now, this again happens all the time in companies. Say HR has sent you some policy document, or your boss has sent you some congratulatory message on some achievement that you've achieved, right? Or a marketing department is sending you a campaign results, some email on that. So what you do is, and there are multiple people in the company marked on that mail. So what we normally do is we say reply all and we send the mail. Now, by doing this, what we're doing is we're cluttering other people's inbox. Please don't do that. That's very bad practice. Because if you want to reply, then reply to that concerned person. So even if the boss has sent a mail by saying, congratulations, Ayush, for your great performance and great results that you've delivered. So reply to Ayush by congratulating that person. Don't reply to everybody, congratulations, awesome work, Ayush. And everybody will think, why the heck are you sending me that mail? You want to reply to that concerned person. Don't reply to the whole world about it, right? So don't do that. Be very cautious and careful of what you're doing on your emails when you're sending. Now, the other is when you're ignoring properly formatting your emails. Now, when we're sending emails, if you're not giving the right spacing, we're not using bullet points, we're not emphasizing on certain words that we want people to take away. And in the end, if you want to recap, you can put a recap also. And what is the main thing that you want to say? If you say it in the end rather than in the beginning, the other person will say, wasted my whole time. This could have been said in the beginning itself, no? So whatever is your main objective of sending that mail, please capture it in the beginning of the mail itself and format it properly. Is it aligned? Are the fonts in place? Is it justified content, etc.? So just do a hygiene check of your overall email when you're sending. Now, this is something when you're sending very impersonal or very inappropriate language when you're using in your emails. So you will realize that, when you're working together, there will be some rifts that you'll have with your colleagues, right? Maybe somebody has sent you a mail which didn't go well in the right taste, right? Or maybe your angry customer wrote a mail where the customer used some words which the person shouldn't have used. Now, instead of replying in a same tone and tonality, think through why the other person used that language or some inappropriate words in the mail. Think through and then maybe reply in a very nicer way to say that maybe my mail was misunderstood and can we just talk about this? Hope you're free next week. let me know whichever day or time suits you. I will make myself available. Or if it's like your own colleagues, there is some issue, just say, write in the mail that, this is not what I meant. Can we just sit this through? Are you free today, say 4 o'clock, can we catch up? But make sure that you don't start using that same inappropriate language, because then what you're doing is you're putting more oil to the whole fire, which is right there, right? So don't use, because that's not proper etiquettes when you're writing emails. So avoid using any such rude words and rude tone in your email completely, because I see that a lot of these customer relationship management departments, especially the CRM or the sales department, they are so pressed with the targets and everything that they start pestering people with reminder 1, reminder 2, reminder 3, or XYZ, sir, waiting for your response, waiting for your response. Now, please understand, we want to communicate, we want to write emails, but we want to write emails in the right tone, not just for the heck of it, we just want to write emails, right? And this has happened, not with me, but I received a couple of emails which were not meant for me. So when you're sending an email, so we already have those saved contacts. So there would be like Ayush Sharma, Alok Sharma, Anushri, or Sonia, or Shalini, or Smriti. So a lot of people will have maybe same names or same first names and last name, but email IDs will be very different. So in a hurry, you've written the whole mail, you've attached the document, you've checked everything, but you did not check whom are you sending the mail. So you typed S, whatever came first, you clicked and you sent. Now what you've done is, you've sent the right mail, but to a wrong person. Maybe that mail had some confidential information. So you have breached the trust of the company, or you've leaked some confidential information of the company, not intentionally but unintentionally. But so start doing that. You need to recheck before you hit the send button. Check whom are you sending the mail. Is it the correct recipient? Are you marking only those people who are required in that mail, and you're not marking everybody in the universe of that company? Are you putting the right subject line? Have you opened your mail with the right salutation? Have you, if it's a lengthy mail, have you broken it up into digestible paragraphs? Have you given bullet points to explain? Have you emphasized on what is the key takeaway of that message? And have you closed your email properly, like, with proper best regards or humbly yours, etc., and you've done the right thing? And more importantly, just recapping, attach the right document. Don't send emails with wrong attachments, or just not sending the attachments only, right? These are few things that if you do, I'm sure you will be perceived as a person who is a true professional, who does thorough checks of emails. And when anyone is going to be receiving an email from you next time, they're going to be knowing that, yes, I know this person sends very relevant and to the point emails. Yes, I have, and only when it's urgent, the other person is sending me an email. So they will make sure that they read your emails and they respond accordingly, because what you give is what you get. If you give nicely drafted emails, you will get nicely drafted emails as well, and in turn it will save you a lot of time. On that note, I'm going to end my Thinking Out Loud Thursdays. I hope this video was very relevant and you can take some learnings from this. And so enjoy your Thursday at work, and I'm going to finish my coffee and have a nice weekend, which is just around the corner. And don't forget, please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye.